All right, Shabbat Shalom. It's so nice to see you. We just got back yesterday from Camp Kelsman, which is a Jewish summer camp, and so sorry. We have a place to be. I'll talk a little bit about later in the service, and I just want to welcome everyone to being here. It's so nice to be in this space, and I want to invite Gordon and Kayla up to the Shabbat candles, and if you want to follow along, you can on page 120. No, just one. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. Amen. We're now moving to page 128. Hine ma tohu mana Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu mana Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu mana Shabbat achim gam yachad. We now move to the Chad D, which you can find on page 138. And tonight we're going to recite paragraphs 1, 5, and 9. When we arrive on paragraph 9, I invite you to stand up and face the entrance as we greet the Shabbat bride. Lecha dodi likra pnei Shabbat nekabel pnei Shabbat nekabel zachor b'diba L'Shem Tiferet V'Tikla Pnei Shabbat nekabel Pnei Shabbat nekabel Tori, Kiva Oreku, Shidaberi, Kiva Nigila, Pnei Shabbat nekabel Please rise. Shalom, tear the iron, God is my child, so I'm secure. Remember to surrender lesson on page 142 and you may be seated. We're going to move to the Chatzikash on page 144. Yeah. It's back. We're going to turn to the bathroom on page 146, and when you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. La 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 You may be seated. And listen together in the English on top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide, and your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. And then we're going to continue to read the English on top of page 151 together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons. I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Amo Yisrael. As I read this prayer, I think about an airplane trip with Lila coming here and going to the camp. It was a struggle. At that age, it is hard to fly with. So, really needed. All right, we're going to Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachita 154. Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Rashitacha Beveta Uvetecha Oshofecha Ukumecha Ukshatam Legatam והיו צפצפות בעיניך וכתבת מזיזו ביתך ובשעריך ומאמין תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לבריך אני אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים ויוריכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen. We now move to 158 for the Micha Melcha. La la We now move to the summary on page Visham Israel. Rasa Shabbat Vaina Bash, Shabbat Vaina Bash, Shabbat Vaina Bash, Visham Israel, Shabbat Rasa. And that moves the Amidah on page 164. When we arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Adonai said, time to be done, to be done, Adonai said, time to be done, to be done, We'll now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like. Oh, say shalom, Bima. Say shalom, Aleichem. V'yakom Yisrael. Amen. Oh, say shalom, Bima. Say shalom, Aleichem. Israel, Amen. Say shalom. Say shalom. Shalom aleichem. V'yakom Yisrael. Say shalom. Say shalom. Shalom aleichem. V'yakom Yisrael. Say shalom. Say shalom. Shalom. Yisrael. Say shalom. Say shalom. Shalom. Aleichem. V'yakom Yisrael. So that's where I give my sermon, but I've been at Camp Talisman all week, and I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for one. However, the camp asked me to write a small, essentially essay on why it's important that Alaskans go to camp. And I thought what I'd do is read you that essay tonight. It's pretty short, so you get a short sermon tonight. So look to you. So I'm going to leave that to you, and we'll move on to the Mishabach, the prayer for healing. As the rabbi of Congregation Beth Shalom in Anchorage, Alaska, I've experienced many wonderful opportunities to be part of a beautiful and tight-knit Jewish community. Alaska is far away from the rest of American Jewry, but I've discovered that distance doesn't matter when it comes to being a creative and compassionate Jewish community. And I believe that if Judaism can thrive in Alaska, it can thrive anywhere. However, Judaism in a place like Alaska is not without its complications. For example, Jewish kids growing up in Alaska spend much of their lives in non-Jewish places. This often forces them to become Jewish ambassadors, whether they want that role or not. Jewish kids in Alaska practice customs and live lifestyles that don't match up with their friends or even entire institutions like their schools. And this comes at a cost to their well-being, their mental health, and sometimes even their safety. This is why Jewish camps are such a unique opportunity for Jewish children who live in small or isolated communities. At camp, they don't have to explain themselves. They don't have to explain their customs or their lifestyle. They get a break from being ambassadors, and they get a chance to be their Jewish selves. And this break is important. It's an opportunity for them to recharge And recharging, along with experiencing the incredible programming, friends, and role models that camp has to offer, is a huge benefit to their well-being, their identity, and their mental health. But something else important happens at camp for children who come from small or isolated Jewish communities. They come back home equipped with more tools to define Judaism. They come back more assured of their Jewish identity and with a better understanding of their place in the Jewish world. They come back as better ambassadors. Kids from Alaska are used to explaining Judaism to a non-Jewish world. And Jewish camps provide for them a language to be more confident in describing it. And this is why Jewish camping is vital for children who live in places like Alaska. This is how Jewish camping makes such a positive impact on all children. Thank you. We're now going to move to the Misha Berach on page 371 of your prayer books. In our own community, we're thinking about these people. Ginger Spiro, John Johnson, Pat Victor, Janice Breeze, Ross Frumack, Ian Clift, Hannah Franklin, Dale Chubin, Frank Erwiskin, Sharon Joy McDonald, and Autumn Edwards. If there's someone who you are thinking about, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. The source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now move to the Elenu on page 587 of your prayer books. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand. $591. May we get wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. To the members' college on page 598 of your prayer books. And in our own community, we're thinking about these yard sites. Bonnie Cohen, Rita Dora Friedman, Robert Horowitz, Bella Jacobs, Florence Matthias, Marion Nog, Charlotte Sletsky, and Franklin Starr. If there's something you are thinking about, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zikronam Livracha, may the memory be for a blessing. Yitkadar, Yitkadar, Shemei Rabba, Be'alma Divra, Chayote, Piamrik Machute, Bechayechon, Uvyamechon, Uvchayedocho, Yisrael, Ba'agara, Uvizman, Kairi, V'yamru, Amen. Yishmei Rabba Mebarak, Le'olam, Le'amei, Almaya, Yitbarak, V'yishtabak, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitraman, V'yitnasem, V'yitadar, V'yitareh, V'yitarah, Shemei Kudashah, Barichu. Ve'era minko b'chata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata tamiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba amin shamaya v'chayim aleni ve'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bin Ramaav hu ya'aseh shalom aleni ve'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Is the one who creates harmony on high, bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. You may be seated. Okay, announcement. So we have our normal weekly programming that we do, which includes services on Wednesday over Zoom and services on Thursday here in person, which you go and have pancakes afterwards. Both those start at 8:30. I think the big thing we have going on is the camping trip, right? Which is on July. You remember the exact dates?
It's the last week.
Last week in July. I think you still have room to sign up if you want to. Yeah. So let me know. You can email me. I'll hook you up to who. But it's Cheryl Embriani who's running the thing. So yeah, we still have that group championship coming up. And then I'm trying to think of any other announcements.
We have next Saturday, tomorrow, next Saturday.
Right. So yeah. Well, the reason why we're taking a break over the summer. I'm sorry, Seth. That's just how it is. So we have food banks at the Fairview Rec Center it's now at 12:30 or is it 1? Yeah, we'll just say 1. Let's just say 1. Yes, I feel like every time I go, it gets later, and that's a mobile food bank. It's always really helpful. But yeah, I think that's we're kind of in our summer programming, so not tons going on. But anyways, that's what we have, and I think we're ready to move on to the closing melody, unless we're getting another announcement. What was that? July 22nd, Underground Pride. We'll have a booth there. It's going to be at the fairgrounds. That's right. Forgot about that. Awesome. July 22nd at the fairgrounds. Underground Pride. Yes. Okay. Closing melody. I never know what's on. So 6:47. Did you say that memorized, Seth? Nice. I don't memorize than you do.
When I started coming here, I swear it was on.
Oh yeah. 6:47. I'm here. So that's Seth. Appreciate it. Please join us for Erev, which we'll have in the purpose room. So we'll see you over there in a moment. Whew.